How's it going, everybody? So we just got in the July numbers for Black Diamond Ranch, and we're going to dive into those, and we're going to go over what are the current market stats look like for Black Diamond Ranch. All right, let's get into it. So closed sales are up about 500%, but I wouldn't look too far into that. We've only had 6 closed sales in July. So while it's up, that shows us that there is definitely demand for Black Diamond Ranch, but with only 6 properties sold, I wouldn't look too far into it. The median sale price, however, is down 30% from this time last year. So it dropped to $402,000 on average for a single family home in Black Diamond Ranch. Like I said, with only 6 data points, I wouldn't look too far into it. There is high demand, but what we are seeing is relative to just about every place else in Florida, Black Diamond Ranch is starting to respond to the market. Active inventory is actually down about 26% from this time last year, so that will hopefully have a stabilizing effect on the prices in Black Diamond Ranch as long as there's relatively high demand and relatively low inventory. I don't expect to see those numbers drop too dramatically. Um, so what does this mean if you're a buyer thinking about buying in Black Diamond Ranch, or if you're a seller thinking about selling? Well, if you're a buyer, what this tells us is that it's a stable community. And we've seen this month after month where Black Diamond Ranch, for the most part, has outpaced the Florida market as a whole and remained stabilizing and in demand compared to the state of Florida and specifically Citrus County, where Black Diamond Ranch is located. So that's good news from a buyer's perspective, as it's a stable community, one that is less likely to be affected by the swings in the Florida market. So that's great news. If you're a seller, what does this mean? Well, it means that since the active inventory is coming down in Black Diamond Ranch, hopefully now is a good time to sell. And with that median sale price dipping like it did, what I would say is if you're a seller and you're on the fence and you definitely know that you want to sell this year, but you were thinking about waiting for the market to get back on the upswing, I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait. I would go on and get that home on the market and get it sold before you see if it's going to dip further, because I think it's fairly likely that is what we're seeing on the state of Florida as a whole, is that prices are starting to respond, starting to go down. Demand is remaining relatively high, but only for properties that are priced to sell. So if you think that you're going to test the market, you're going to put your home on to see if you can get that higher price, this is not the market for you. Put your home on at a price that's likely to sell and get it sold before we see how far down the market may end up going. And if you're a buyer, then take you know take comfort in the fact that Black Diamond Ranch is a stable community as a whole and has remained such in this challenging market, in this shifting market. But if you have any questions about your specific circumstance and you want to know uh, what it might look like to buy or sell in Florida, or specifically here in Citrus County, or specifically in Black Diamond Ranch, give me a call. Happy to go over what my team and I can do to help you. And as always, if you find value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.